So, back next with its second edition with Emerge Americas, the Hemispheric University Consortium. Oh, okay, some fans. Very nice. Awesome. I'm going to stick with HUC. I like the HUC Social Media, Social Ideas Challenge International Finale. So this focuses on socio-environmental challenges within the framework of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We have students from Chile, Ecuador, Peru, and the United States who have worked tirelessly to pitch their ideas to improve people's quality of life and the environment that surrounds us. If you're here to support any of those teams, can I hear a round of applause? All right, so we have some fans. That's awesome. So I want to introduce our distinguished panel of judges who will be assisting these ideas and presentations. We have with us Claudia Serrer, Trade Commissioner of Chile, ProChile Miami. Carolina Rendeiro, CEO of Connect to Global and Honorary Consul of Portugal. Angela Maria Camacho, President of the Board of Directors for the Colombian American Chamber of Commerce here in Miami. And of course, our MC, Dr. Jeffrey Duerk, Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost at the University of Miami, who will take us through this exciting event. So thank you, judges. Thank you, folks, for joining us.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jeff Duerk. I'm Executive Vice President and Provost at the University of Miami. And I'm delighted to welcome everyone to the finale of the Social Ideas Challenge. In April of 2018, the presidents from universities from across Latin America, the Caribbean, Canada, and the United States convened to create the Hemispheric University Consortium that we now know as the HUC. The HUC was created to facilitate problem-based collaboration in education, research, and innovation, and to generate knowledge and solutions necessary to confront key challenges facing not only the hemisphere, but the entire globe. And the HUC was created within the context of Emerge of the Americas, and we're here today celebrating the 5th anniversary of its creation with the presence of the consortium leaders. We have the distinct pleasure of having top leadership from the consortium partners in attendance for the Social Ideas Challenge, and I asked that as I introduce the leaders, they raise their hands and be recognized. Dr. Julio Frank, President of the University of Miami, and also the President of the Hemispheric University Consortium. Dr. Ignacio Sanchez, Rector of the Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile, and Vice President of the Hemispheric University Consortium. We also have with us Isa Court, General Director of International Affairs of the Universidad Andrés Bello, Dr. Diego Quiroga, Rector of the Universidad San Francisco de Quito, Dr. Enrique Castañeda Saldaña, Rector of the Universidad Peruana Cayetana Heredia, Julian Esteban Rodriguez, Rector of Universidad Austral, Dr. Lisa Phillips, Provost and Vice President, Academic of York University in Canada, Dr. Silvia Restrepo, Provost for Research of University de Los Andes, Dr. Felipe Alspazar Rodriguez, Vice Chancellor for Teaching of University de Costa Rica, and Dr. Cecilio Espinal, Rector of Pontificia Universidad Católica. This is a real gringo speaking here. Madre y Maestra. And Dr. Martin Serrano, Dean of Research, University of the Los Americas Puebla. We also have with us Ambassador Julian Bristol, University of the West Indies, and Dr. Guillermo Torre, Vice Provost for Research of Tec de Monterrey. So this particular great initiative was developed by the HUC to promote entrepreneurship and social impact among university communities. For this particular competition, early state ideas were sought from our students to address some of today's key pressing social and environmental problems guided by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In this second edition of the Social Idea Challenge, The participating and competing institutions are students from the Universidad Andrés Bello in Chile, Universidad San Francisco de Quito in Ecuador, Universidad Peruana Cayetano Heredia in Peru, and Universidad Católica de Chile, and also the University of Miami. Now, it's been a long journey for these students to bring their ideas to the Social Challenges competition, and this phase here at the eMERGE of the Americas, where the winning team of students will be selected among the 5 finalists. To share more about this journey, I invite Constance Fleet, Associate Director of Engineering Research and Innovation at the Católica de Chile. Constance? Welcome to the stage.
Thank you, Provost Duerk. Hello. I will start with a quick overview of the process of this competition. At the launch of this second Social Ideas Challenge, Entrepreneurship Director of Miami Herbert Business School, Dr. Susan Ahmed, led the discussion revealing inspiring stories from entrepreneurs from around the region. Rodolfo Ulloa shared his passion to create alternative food source with microbites in Chile. Magali Blas informed us of the impact her project is having on the health of women in rural areas of Peru. And Juan Diego Vázquez, CTO of Payphone, talk about accessibility and financial inclusion. Melissa Medina, president of eMERGE, also spoke about its beginnings as an idea and the connection of ideas and people. So in this event, students were encouraged to adopt an entrepreneurial mindset and were challenged to think big, to work hard, and be persistent in seeking ideas aimed to positive social impact. More than 60 ideas were submitted by students who then participate in university workshops aimed at strengthening presentations, prototyping, pitching, and designing skills. They also participate in a virtual networking session in which teams from different countries were able to meet and interact with each other. Finally, each university held their local competition where one team was selected. Those teams will compete here today. They are After Hour Vendors from University of Miami, Osteoglove from Universidad Católica de Chile, Outrash from Universidad Andrés Bello de Chile, Wasty from Universidad San Francisco de Quito, Ecuador, and HUC, Universidad Peruana Cayetano Heredia. Student finalists have been working hard and looking forward to this day. But they are not the only winners. All the participants of this program have taken the first steps in becoming aware of challenges we face as a global community. They also been empowered with the knowledge that they can make a difference wherever they live and whatever challenges they face. That today an idea can tomorrow be a reality. To evaluate the team presentations this afternoon, we are pleased to introduce our judges. Where are the judges? There. Carolina Rendeiro, CEO and founder of Connect to Global. Ángela Camacho, president of the Colombian American Chamber of Commerce. And Claudia Serrer, trade commissioner of Chile at ProChile Miami. So now what we all have been waiting, we begin the main activity of this event. 5 student teams representing their institutions will have 5 minutes to present their ideas. Upon completion of all the presentations, we will invite our university leaders to share a few words with us. So let's begin. And first up, After Hours Vendors from University of Miami.
Us? Are we good to go now?
Yes, go. I think, yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Do we just duck?
Yeah, go to the left with me. Ronnie will go to the right. Okay, you want to stand out to the left? Do we go whenever?
Hi,
I'm Ronnie, and I worked at Bageletti's, a bagel shop in New Jersey, for 2 summers throughout high school. At the end of each day, there were so many leftover bagels that throwing them out was the only option. I hated doing this, but it was part of my job description.
This problem is not uncommon. Although it does occur at local bakeries like Bageletti's, this is also happening at your favorite chains, like Dunkin' Donuts, who's been exposed to throwing out over 300 donuts a day. That would equal 110,000 in just 1 year at a single location. And it doesn't stop there. The same thing occurs at places like Krispy Kreme, where donuts are discarded by the hundreds, and Einstein Bagels, whose employees admitted to us that they throw out everything at the end of every single workday. These few examples are just a representation of the thousands of bakeries who do not utilize these unsold products, and consequently, they contribute to the millions of pounds of food waste every day in the US. While we can't solve all food waste problems, we can address a select industry that is known for such extensive waste. And lucky for us, we realized that the solution was right in front of us.
It's you. Every single person in this audience has had a late night craving of some capacity, and I can guarantee that, because we all have. I know as college students, the 3 of us do quite frequently, and we couldn't help but think that this incomprehensible amount of food thrown away every single day is not only wasted, but it's wanted. A 2021 survey by the International Food Information Council revealed that 60% of Americans admit that they're snacking after 8 p.m. So what if this surplus could be turned into a tasty late night snack? Introducing
After Hours Vending.
After Hours Vending is a social startup that combats food waste by partnering with local coffee shops, bakeries, and donut chains to sell the perfectly edible pastries and donuts that are currently being thrown away at the end of each workday. Through the use of a vending machine, After Hours Vending will extend the workday of its partnering businesses without extending the workday for employees. And it works in 4 main stages: lease, stock, sell, and donate. We will first start by leasing our high-tech vending machines to our partnering businesses, who can then customize their machines with their own personal logo, as shown here with Dunkin' Donuts. Then, the employees will stock these machines with the perfectly edible pastries using our eco-friendly after-hours packaging.
The next step is sell. Customers can then purchase the stock products until the following morning. Then, we will donate. The last step is donate after they are connected through our app, which updates customers on available locations and products, allows them to order ahead, and enables them to donate to charity. Donation really aligns with our mission to provide a sustainable solution for the companies that work with us. By working with and collecting the donuts and pastries and leftover products in the morning, we will donate these to local homeless shelters and food banks. By working with these organizations, we are giving back to those in need and making sure that every donut, pastry, and bagel that would have been thrown away without a second thought is going towards impacting our communities and our cities.
Now, After Hours Vending will tackle 2 of the Sustainable Development Goals: sustainable cities and communities, and responsible consumption and production. According to the United Nations, one of the target goals for SDG number 12 is to encourage companies to adopt sustainable practices. By partnering with these bakeries, cafes, and donut chains, After Hours Vending is not only eliminating food waste, but is promoting sustainable methods of dealing with overproduction. We'll also be tackling the 11th SDG, emphasizing access to basic services. As Lauren just explained to you guys, there are countless numbers of underserved communities that don't even know where their next meal is coming from. But by pledging a percentage of our profit to charities, donating our excess food products to homeless shelters and soup kitchens, and by empowering our customers to give back in their own capacity, we're combating food insecurity for thousands. The key project developers for After Hour Vending are all first-year students at the University of Miami: Ronnie, Lauren, and myself. Additionally, we have 2 faculty mentors, both of whom we've worked closely with before. Michelle DeStefano, who is a tenure professor at the University of Miami and a program chair at Harvard Law School, as well as Lokesh Ramamurthy, who's here with us today, who's a software engineer and professor at the U.
To launch our business, we are looking for both mentors and investors who are passionate about this issue and could guide us on our journey to combat food waste. We are confident that After Hours Vending will
bend the way to sustainable cities.
Thank you.
I think we head off now, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, University of Miami. Great presentation. Now we will hear from Universidad Católica de Chile team to present Osteoglove.
We just missed the whole app slide. But
What would have been so much better?
no, we missed the whole app slide.
No, I know. You said it would have been so much better.
Clicker,
Yeah.
clicker.
You don't need
Green
it?
is forward, red is backward.
Thanks, guys.
It would have been what?
Can you hate?
Hello? Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. Globally, hand osteoarthritis has duplicated to 667 million people in the last 30 years. This problem in Chile affects more than a quarter of the population over 50 years old, which means 1 million potential patients. Currently, we have an insufficient medical system. There's only one therapist for almost 34 patients in Chile. Also, the lack of medical attention is a widespread problem. In 2021, we had 2.1 million people in waiting lists and 5.4 million people with limited access to a medical center. That's why we want to address the problem of the lack of kinesiological access to people with osteoarthritis that are older than 50 years old. But this is not just a local problem. Nowadays, worldwide, we have 400 million people that can't access to basic medical care, and also 650 million people that have seen their quality of life diminished due to this problem. But the underlying problem here is that there's no current cure for hand osteoarthritis. Nowadays, we only have palliative treatments. One of them is physiotherapy. Physiotherapy can help with pain relief, but it also slows down the progress of this disease. But as we stated before, not everyone is able to attend to this kind of therapy. Also, we have some compression gloves and medicines, but these only help with pain relief. In the market, we also can find a hand straightening and pain relief glove made by Cirevo. This kind of glove can help assisting movement and relieve pain. But it's not so convenient because it's not made for hand osteoarthritis, and also because you can do different routines with this glove. That's why we created the Osteoglove. This glove is a therapy glove, that enables you to do kinesiological therapy from the comfort of your home. It consists of an outer glove with an exoskeleton and an inner glove that features electrostimulation, heat, and compression. Also, it consists with an app that can control everything via Bluetooth. The outer glove will help us to assist movement in the fingers. Meanwhile, the inner glove is going to help us relieve pain before physical therapy. Osteoglove is easy to use. First, the patient must put on the inner glove that will have compression and heat to relieve pain. Then they must enter to the app and select one of the routines available. This will let us activate the electrostimulation. Here, we are going to warm up the muscles for the next step of therapy. Then they must remove the glove and put on the outer glove. When they are ready, they must select in the app they are ready for the next step of therapy, and it's going to start a physical training. Our business model consists on a B2C type of model where we can sell our solution to our users. But we also want to explore the idea of becoming a B2B model for hospitals and clinics. Also, we want to offer a premium version of our app. The standard version is going to have some standard routines that are always available in the platform. Meanwhile, the premium version, we want a therapist to see them and made a customized routine for all of them. We have talked with more than 25 specialists and users that have validated our product and have interest in buying it. Our next steps are testing our prototype, then improving our current prototype to an MVP, and then obtain FDA certification so we can hit the market. But also we want to raise some funding and have some project mentoring so we can successfully develop the Osteoglove. We encourage you to help us with that matter. Our team consists of 4 engineering students with complementary majors that will make us able to move forward this project. Our vision is to improve the quality of life of millions of people that lack access to kinesiological therapy. Be part of the solution. Contact us.
Great job, Osteo team. Osteoglove team. Next up, I invite Outrash from Universidad Andrés Bello de Chile.
I know that all of you have been to a restaurant at some point, and I so know that at least once you have left food on your plate. Have you ever wondered what's happened to that food? Or better yet, have you ever wondered what's happened to the organic waste from restaurants? Hello, my name is Benjamin Araya, founder and CEO of Outrash. I have been working in the gastronomic industry for 3 years to pay my colleagues' expense, and today I want to tell you my story. It all started 2 years ago when I was working in a restaurant that hated me. I noticed that every week a lot of organic waste was thrown away. All of this went directly to a landfill, and I started to investigate what happened to it. I looked for a solution to this problem, but in Chile, there was no company that focused on it. It's practically a problem that goes unnoticed, despite restaurants being the main producers of organic waste. After I found out, I did some research and realized that the waste contaminated soil and water and was the main cause of pests and plagues and left a huge carbon footprint.
Thanks to a study by the Chilean Gastronomy Association, we know that 100% of the Chilean restaurants survived wants to learn and combat environmental problems. Every week, each restaurant discards between 33 to 66 tons of organic waste. For example, in our city, there are more than 8,000 restaurants. Therefore, we will potentially recycle 187 tons of organic waste per week. And this is the equivalent to 5 commercial planes. And there are more than 350,000 restaurants in the United States. Just imagine the possibilities. Outrash will collect organic waste from the restaurants, depositing it in our industrial smart composter, obtaining humus and leachate, which are the solid and the liquid waste from the worms. We are already producing our own organic fertilizer. Our humus and leachate can increase plant growth up to 30%, providing all kinds of nutrients, such as carbon, calcium, nitrogen, and beneficial microorganisms. Earlier, I talked about an industrial smart composter, which has a capacity of 50,000 gallons. It has different sensors that send real-time information to our app, allowing us to control all the parameters to keep our worms healthy and optimize the creation of our own organic fertilizer.
We know we're going to have a big impact on the market, which is why we create a profitable economic model that works in 2 completely different ways.
Our first model is business to business, selling our vegetables exclusively to the restaurants that have used our service. We will also provide a verification that demonstrates the use of our products, adding value to all their dishes since it will be used in sustainable grown vegetables. Our second model is business to consumer, selling our humus and leachate to people who have plants or small farmers. As you can see, Outrash follows a circular economic model, making it viable in the long run.
Why Outrash is viable? Composting organic waste is completely free. No water, energy, or raw materials are used, since it's a completely natural process. Therefore, selling worm, humus, and leachate is feasible.
However, when we talk about the collection of organic waste, we want our carbon footprint to be 0. This is why we will collect organic waste from the restaurants, depositing it. We will collect it on bicycles and electric tricycles on the nearby restaurants, and for the far ones with fully electric vehicles. This will be sustained thanks to the model subscription of restaurants to our collection service, as well as the sale of vegetables and previously mentioned products. We are already producing our own organic vegetables with our own organic fertilizer and looking to enter the market by expanding this.
We have the capacity to expand internationally, since this problem exists in all over the world. Imagine what we can achieve, all of ton of waste we can recycle, the huge amount of people we can help, and all the water we can save. We have the power to change our carbon footprint. What are you waiting for?
Join us and let's make a change. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Outrash team. Fourth up, we have Wasty from Universidad de San Francisco de Quito, Ecuador.
Few people are brave enough to dig into garbage bags at night, in the middle of the rain, trying to find a couple of plastic bottles so they can earn the money to go back home and feed their children. My team and I had the honor to meet and work with Juanita, who has had to endure this type of situations for more than 50 years. What Juanita has to go through every day, it's just unhygienic, unfair, and undeserving for someone who is committed to protecting the environment. The reality shows that in Latin America, only 4.5% of all the waste is actually recycled, leaving 2 million recyclers to search through more than 216 million tons of garbage generated every year. Only in Ecuador, we have around 50,000 of these forgotten superheroes that get to work up to more than 10 hours a day for this. At Wasty, we believe recyclers to be the cornerstone of our business model. Our app notifies recyclers of the individuals and businesses that have separated the waste and is ready to be picked up. Then, they sell it to recycling centers or companies. These companies then turn it into products that will be consumed and hopefully properly separated when finished. Our main objective here is to promote the 12th SDG, responsible consumption. In order to make this possible, individuals using our app will have access to rewards, and companies can have access to some of our services. Our recyclers will rate both of them, and the app will generate Wasty cash balance to support social initiatives and to earn rewards based on their contributions to the recycling process. To call Wasty a success, first, we need to establish a strong relationship between society and recyclers. Data collected will lead to the creation of a database that will be used as a backup by recyclers to fulfill their dream, a reform in the law that recognizes their work. Our main objective is to support recyclers, and also we believe education is an essential tool for all of this. Now, the recyclers market is quite large, so we aim to cover 5% of it, meaning 100,000 recyclers in the first 5 years. And by 2040, we aim to reach 250,000 recyclers all over Latin America. So about 42% of all the waste is actually recyclable. So we aim to address, again, 5% of this market, meaning $670 million in a period of 5 years. Important to say that all this possible revenue will go straight to the recyclers' pockets. With this data, our projection shows that thanks to Wasty, the recyclers' monthly income will grow from $180 per month to reach the minimum wage in Ecuador, which is about $500. At Wasty, we have 4 main revenue streams that will come mainly from companies. First, we'll offer sustainability consultancy services, the issuance of certificates that ensure the use of green processes, the in-app advertisement, and also the charge of a fee to recycling companies due to the reduction on their taxes and their trash importing investments. To begin Wasty, we need $56,000, and we use 50% of this amount first to launch the app, and then to create campaigns that educate and encourage society to separate their waste first. But what really, really, really makes us special is our AI algorithms that optimize and monitor each phase of the recycling process. Instead of filling 1 sack a day, recyclers will do 3 or more, thanks to the generation of an optimal route. Additionally, behavioral and demographic data collected of individuals and businesses will help us to effectively provide our services. Now, this is just a quick glance at our prototype. You will have the opportunity to try it later. So why choose Wasty and not our competitors? Because of a combination of AI, big data, and education can really dignify the recyclers' lives and their income at the same time. My team and I are committed to making this initiative a reality, along with our partners, the USFQ and the National Network of Base Recyclers in Ecuador. So, are you ready to transform the lives of recyclers and the environment forever? Finally, I just want to invite you all to scan our QR code and see what it looks like, our prototype. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Bruno, for your presentation and for your fantastic team that couldn't be able to travel to this event, but work very hard for all this process. And the last team presenting today is HON, presented by Universidad Peruana Cayetano Heredia.
Good afternoon. My name is Cristina Aldana Palomino. I am founder of HOM. I study at Universidad Peruana Cayetano Heredia in Lima, Peru. But I was born in Tarma. Tarma has a beautiful landscape. This is a safe, cheap, and quiet city. But I wanted to study in Lima because there is the best university in Peru, Cayetano Heredia. Lima was a very, very different than my city, Tarma. Lima is a dangerous, expensive, and loud city. When I arrived to Lima, I had a hard time finding a cheap and safe place. Later, I met friends with the same problem.
Now, based on her story, Christina, me, and some other friends decided researching about this problem. We found that only in the Latin America level, 40% of universities are located in their capital cities. This makes education centralized, as you can see here. Moving on to Peru, we found that more than 500,000 students that currently study in Lima are not from there. They are from other regions that are spread across the country. Now, that's why we found a common problem among all of them. And the problem itself is the need for university students to be able to find and lease a safe and affordable place that is also close to their study centers. The way we solve this is by creating HONE. HONE is an app that helps connect two main profiles, landlords and students, both looking for security and trust. Now, let me elaborate a little bit more on how it will work. For students, we offer them the ability to find and search real estate based on their location, budget, and security index. Also validating and recommending landlords that are safe and validated as well, payment management, and also finding a roommate if they ever need one. Now, moving on to the landlords, we offer them more visibility and thus higher revenue because we will be showcasing their properties to a lot more people than what they could on their own. Also, viewing tenant reviews that we ensure are only university students, and also access to more features they opt in on our membership that we'll be offering. Now, we know that security is very important, not only for students, but also for the parents that actually allow them to study somewhere else. That's why we created two security plans, one for university students and one for the landlords. For students, it's very simple. They only need to validate and register and confirm through their university email, and they'll be good to go. For the landlords, however, it's a little bit more complex. They need to register, ask for a verification request, and then a property inspection. That way, we're sure that we're listening to the correct people and properties. Now, moving on to the value proposal, for the students, we allow them to avoid long-distance travels, but most importantly, finding a secure and safe accommodation, and also being part of a trusted community of fellow students. For landlords, as I said, we offer more visibility, higher revenue, Also, safe and validated tenants that we ensure are only university students. And also, Hone was created with ease of use in mind. That's why we also allow them to have a fast and easy application to use. Now, we know there are a lot of big giants and competitors nowadays, like Airbnb, Facebook, or the regular paper advertisement that we all know. However, none of them are either organized nor focused on students, and they usually are expensive. That's why we take these flaws and convert them into features for Hone. Hone, we offer transparency in accommodation, and a specific focus on student needs and budgets. Now, we know this problem will impact on two main SDGs, social impact, quality of education, and reduce inequalities, because we encourage more university students to spend more time at the universities than what they used to be before. Now, moving on to sustainability, Hone will always be free for both students and landlords. However, the latter can opt in on a membership that we'll be offering, as I said before. Now, also, our main partners and later on clients will also be educational institutions mainly. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about our roadmap. We have already completed 2 of the first steps of this implementation plan for 2023. We're moving on to creating an alpha version for Cayetano Heredia, moving on to the Consortium universities in Peru, and why not, the HUC. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about our team. We are 4 different regions. We came from 4 different, we're 4 different students, sorry. We all study biomedical engineering. We came from 4 different regions. We know this problem affects a lot of students like us. And remember, finally, to live safe
and near
with Hone. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to all the teams. 5 great ideas and fantastic presentations. Please give a huge applause to the 5 teams. Our judges have been taking close notes on each of the pitches and will now deliberate based on relevance of the idea, potential impact, creativity and innovation, feasibility, and team presentation. While the judges deliberate, we have the wonderful opportunity of hearing from privileged our university leaders. So I will present and invite to the stage to President Dr. Julio Frank from the University of Miami, Dr. Ignacio Sánchez from Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile, Isa Cort from Universidad Andrés Bello, also from Chile, Dr. Diego Quiroga from Universidad San Francisco de Quito from Ecuador, and Dr. Enrique Castañeda, Rector of Universidad Peruana Cayetano Heredia.
Thank you, Constance. It is fitting that you are guiding us through the program today, since the Social Ideas Challenge was initiated by Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile, which then proposed an international version to the Hemispheric University Consortium, and that's how we are now here today. Social entrepreneurship represents an invaluable tool with which to solve important issues in our societies and around the world. Framed within the UN Sustainable Development Goals, this challenge embodies the collaborative spirit and joint action that we envisioned 5 years ago when we founded the HUC. It also allows with a mission to develop principal business leaders at our University of Miami Herbert Business School, which serve as co-hosts of this event for the past 2 years. I want to thank Dean Ann Olazabal of the Miami Herbert Business School, Cecilia Sanchez and the student organization Hyperion Council for hosting students on our Coral Gables campus yesterday, where they had the opportunity to share experiences and learn from each other. Students are at the core of all that we do at the University of Miami. We aim to prepare you for the challenges of our ever-changing world and to do so with knowledge and with purpose. To each of our students here today and all your classmates who presented more than 60 ideas aimed to impact our communities, we salute and we congratulate you. I encourage you to continue to dream big and leverage all the tools at your disposal, your academic learning and your networks, which now transcend across several countries, including all the individuals you meet here in Miami and here at eMERGE. For our University of Miami team, I am very pleased to learn the interdisciplinary nature of the team, highlighting our new major in innovation and design together with business entrepreneurship. Good luck to all the teams and good luck to all future social entrepreneurs. And finally, I want to thank faculty and staff who together have worked on the different components to make this second Social Ideas Challenge possible, as well as the judges. And I am truly delighted that my fellow presidents and rectors are also able to accompany us this year. It is now my pleasure to pass the microphone over to Dr. Ignacio Sanchez, who, as you heard, is the rector of the Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile and vice president of the Hemispheric University Consortium.
Thank you so much, President Frank. And first of all, I would like to thank the audience, the company that we have to our students. We have been seeing a group of presentations that are very good. They mean a lot of effort. It is very tough to be here after being in a competition in their own universities. In our case, more than 10 pre-finalists were running, and there is one finalist here in the competition. I would like to thank the organizers, particularly the University of Miami. This is an idea that was initially started in our university, and I would like to thank the Hemispheric University Consortium to allow us to present this initiative starting last year. I think that the more important thing that we can see here is the effort of our students. It's not easy to summarize in a few minutes an idea. It's not easy to present it in English. So we were discussing with the presidents and the vice presidents that we were very proud of all the students that were discussing here. Finally, I would like to thank President Frank and all the presidents from the Hemispheric University Consortium, because in this environment, we think that we are working for a better America, we are working for a better higher education, and in all of that, in all of these plans, the students are in the center of the university goals and the university actions. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And also let me share with you that we are very proud of our project and especially of our team. Let me name everyone part of our team, the Universidad Andrés Bello. Let me congrats to Benjamín Araya, Omar Leiva, Benjamín Vega, Sebastián Olivares, y Anton Marchant. That your effort is very good for the future of our continent, not only for our country and our university. You are facing the future through the present, and that is very good effort because the challenge that you are facing is the problem of our societies. Please keep with these dreams and try to do your best effort for the future of our continent and the world. Thank you so much, guys. I'm very lucky.
I don't envy the judges. They have a very difficult job today. I want to congratulate all the students. When you see, we always talk about the challenges that we have, climate change, the economy, inflation. But when you see the passion, the energy that these young students put into their projects, try to solve some of the main issues, environment, health, poverty, then you have a hope on the future. You see that there's hope for all of the Americas and for all of us to get together and solve some of these issues and some of these problems. At Universidad San Francisco de Quito, we try to encourage our students to think in positive ways, to think how we can do through technology, through entrepreneurship, how we can innovate and go ahead. So I want to thank everyone. I want to thank the University of Miami for gathering us all together here. And I'm sure that this consortium has a great future. And again, congratulations to all the students that presented today. Great job, guys.
Dear students, mentors, and leaders. Last year, when I came to Emerge, I attended the final of the HUC Social Ideas Challenge. I decided that Cayetano Heredia would take part of this year. This activity fosters a spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship while caring for the people, exactly what we want at Cayetano. Creative students who grow into committed professionals able to work in multidisciplinary teams. These skills and attitudes are fundamental to success in the ever-changing world they are already facing. The Vice-Rectory of Research organized our internal call. It was a great adventure. Selecting only one team must have very difficult in each participating university, as it was for us. It was a pleasure to see motivated students develop creative solutions for problems they identified and researchers by themselves. We have heard wonderful initiatives towards a sustainable future. To reach this stage, our students have shown passion, energy, and discipline, and all driven by the will to be beneficial. There is no better reassurance for our future. Dear students, you have already won a fantastic experience and grown in many ways. But let's hear what the jury has to say. I am as nervous and expectant as all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your words of encouragement, wisdom, and inspiration. This is a truly memorable day for each of our students. Now, where are our amazing judges? I can see them. Are you ready with a decision? No? They're here. Okay, great. So we are ready. We will ask the member of the judges to come up to the stage to announce the winning team and present awards. So I invite Carolina Rendeiro, Ángela Camacho, and Claudia Serrer. It looks like it has been difficult to select the winner. So we will give to the judges 1 more minute because we have been presenting 5 fantastic projects. Do you want to say anything, Provost, about this work?
Constance, did you have a favorite?
I can tell.
No, you have to tell.
No, it's a secret. I have a favorite, but it's a secret in my heart.
Okay. So what did you think of some of the presentations? You know, we heard some of the rectors talking about the challenges of some of the students speaking in English. You heard my challenges trying to speak the Spanish names. What were some of the things that impressed you?
I am impressed a lot about their willingness to work beside the classes. They are doing this because they want to do it. They want to make an impact in their countries, in their cities, in the world. So this is a new generation that is looking how to improve the society, how to improve the environmental things that we are doing. So I'm very amazed that how these topics are in the minds of each of our students these days.
The thing that I liked was just the poise and the skill and the presentation skills of all of the students. They were ready to compete, and I'm really proud of all of the students from all the universities today. So, Constance, do we have a winner?
It looks like we have a decision now. So who will present? Okay.
Hi. Well, as you may have noticed, it took us some time to arrive to a decision. All groups were fantastic. Actually, we all gave 4 to each of them for their presentations. They all solved very important needs, but we had to choose one. So for us, are we gonna have it? Yeah. So the winner is Hone.
Please come to the stage.
And the reasons for that is, first of all, we do believe that it tackles 2 very important needs in Latin America. One is to tackle the issue of security and safety, and it was very well explained. Second, it is focused on a very important part of our population in Latin America, which is universities. Definitely, this is improving on some existing platforms. Congratulations. Existing platforms like Airbnb, but those platforms don't have the focus on the students and safety. We have provided some recommendations on how to keep improving and growing on your line of thought for this great initiative. But at this point, we want to congratulate you for this fantastic work. ¿Te puedo dar el micrófono?
Okay. Well, with this announcement, we conclude the second HUC Social Ideas Challenge. I want to congratulate all of the competitors, not just those here, the 5 finalists here today, but all of those across the university, and particularly our friends from Hound. Fantastic presentations. And I also want to give a special thank you to our Hemispheric University Consortium, to our judges, of course, to Emerge of the Americas for making this all possible. And we look forward to welcoming you to the 3rd annual event next year. See you all soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.